Hello guys, what is up Electronic Nation? It's Electronic Leader here, and today I'm going to be telling you about the G2A5 assault rifle in Titanfall 2. It's a pretty good weapon in general. I've actually tested it out only a little bit between 3 games, but my experience with this rifle so far, I've actually been enjoying it. It's sort of like the last one with sitting back, but the thing is that you can do about anything with this gun. Just don't jump a lot when you're using this weapon, but anyways, let's get into the review of the weapon. The damage of the weapon is 90, which basically means this gun's going to have a decent damage portion, and it's going to deal out a high amount of damage. Now, I forgot to mention, it is semi-auto, so that does make a lot of sense to have a very high damage output with a semi-auto weapon, because it does have a slower fire rate depending on your trigger finger, and that's just all that in general for the most part, is because, it's basically deals a lot of damage to make up for you having to pull the trigger by yourself. Now, next, it has 85 accuracy. This is pretty good. This weapon is actually probably one of the most accurate weapons in Titanfall 2. I haven't found any gun more accurate than this that I've tested yet. But this gun can literally hit shots almost halfway across the map. Anything just about fine, even with the iron sights. Scope can be recommended for me, but after playing with this weapon, it convinced me that you don't even need the scope whatsoever. And I can say that you probably could just put that to the side and leave that away for another day. Now, the next thing it has is 65 range, which the range on the weapon is pretty good, Helps the distance and the shots to kill for the distance, basically. Now, this will help a lot, especially at longer ranges, like I mentioned earlier with the accuracy. But this gun can work for my playstyle too, and as you can see in this gameplay, I'm playing a little more defensive in this gameplay, but I got a gameplay after this that I was playing really aggressive, and it worked very well. So this gun is actually very good for playing aggressive, and it'll work very well for rushing in and just beating up the enemies. They basically can't do anything about it when you rush in there. I mean, that weapon's really good, as long as you got good accuracy. I don't recommend jumping a lot when you're using it, though, because you would just have to have really good accuracy at that point. Now, next is 33 fire rate. 33 fire rate's a good amount to a certain extent. The fire rate of the weapon, it's just all about your trigger finger, but I've tested it. It basically shoots just about as fast as you can pull the trigger, which is really good for a semi-auto gun. I've actually used a few semi-autos that for some reason seem to be off track with when you pull the trigger, and it's very hard to shoot them really fast, but this gun is not the case, actually. Believe it or not, you can shoot this weapon pretty decent speed without having a problem with aiming or anything of that sort while concentrating on both of the different things. Magazine size is 14, which it can be decent. Magazine size of 14 is alright. It basically makes it so you have a decent amount of bullets, but as long as you're really accurate, you can get like 2 to 3 to 4, maybe 5 kills out of this if you're really accurate. The magazine size could be bigger. That's about the only downside to this weapon. But since it's not full auto, it doesn't melt out of bullets quite as fast as you might think it does. It actually doesn't melt out of them barely at all, actually, believe it or not. Now, moving on to how I'm going to say to use this weapon. I already mentioned somewhat at the beginning how to use it. But this is a precision rifle. You can sit back and snipe people like a sniper. You can rush in. You can beat them up even rushing. There is no specific way to use this weapon. This weapon's probably best just sitting back or playing mid-aggressive like I said about the last gun, which I did not like as much as this one. But playing mid-aggressive with this weapon will work perfect, medium range, close range, long range. This gun does not have a limit to it. I feel like if you got good enough accuracy, there's nothing you can't do with this weapon. And believe it or not, I actually agree that this is one of the best guns you can use in this game for a semi-automatic. But anyways, that'll probably be mainly what I gotta say for this review. I don't think there's anything else I could think of. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I guess I could mention something about the iron sights. The iron sights aren't very clunky. They're very smooth and crisp iron sights. There's nothing that you can't really... It's not hard to aim with them. They're basically basic iron sights. I feel like they're more of an advanced game iron sight than more of like a regular classic iron sight. But then again, if you got Titanfall, you wouldn't want that type of an iron sight on your weapon in general. So I can't really say too much about that. I think the iron sights are very nice as well. There's not much else to say about the weapon. Overall, I actually believe this weapon is a very good gun, and I do recommend using it. The class setup I recommend for it is increased ammo, and if you really have bad accuracy with the iron sights, I recommend the ACOG scope just in case. But that's all up to your situation and your scenario. I don't really think you need any of the other things that they got to offer. I mean, this gun's already pretty good right off where you can get it, but extra ammo increases your clip so that you'll have more ammo, or I mean, you know, your magazine size. So you'll have more ammo in general, and so that you'll be able to have more bullets to shoot since the gun's magazine has shrunk and all. So that'll contradict what, or that'll fix basically what the gun itself took away. But there, I mean, there's not much else I could say for this. If you guys enjoyed the video, please remember to comment, like, or subscribe. Tell a friend or share the video. And Electronic Leader is definitely going to be signing out. So, peace.